I need to talk about Zootopia, the movie. Yes, it's a great movie. I love it. I love the message. I love the animation. I love everything about it. It's just there's one scene in particular, it's just stuck in my brain, making me wonder exactly how something like this society can function. And I've just been going crazy thinking about it. There's a scene in the movie where the fox, Nick Wilde, is running a scam. He has his little fox friend pretend to be his son, and then he goes into an elephant ice cream shop to try to convince them to sell him an elephant popsicle, which is large. So first of all, they need to trick the elephant into selling him the elephant popsicle by saying that his son really likes elephants and he wants to be an elephant, getting at the emotions. But this implies that it's frowned upon for smaller animals, smaller sized animals, to buy goods and commodities that are meant for larger sized animals, that there needs to be some sort of finagling to get that exchange to happen, so keep that in mind. So he convinces the elephant to sell him the popsicle. They pay $15 for it, which signifies that there's a central monetary system. So all the animals, regardless of species, use the same monetary system, the same dollars and cents. So from there, they melt down the popsicle into tiny little popsicles that they sell to lemmings, to these little tiny animals, for $2 a piece. And that's how they make their profit. But this whole system of large things being sold for large animals and small things being sold for small animals with very little price difference, it's just driving me crazy. And how does this economy work? How does this economy work? I need to put this into writing somehow. I need to do something. Okay, so say you are a shirt salesman in Zootopia, right? And you're selling shirts to elephants and mice. Okay, so you've got the big shirt that you make for the elephant and the small shirt that you make for the mouse, right? But if each one, right, is $20, and they're equal in price, what's making up the difference for the cost of production, huh? Because it costs way more to make an elephant shirt and way less to make a mouse shirt, all right? Where's the money coming from? Because it seems unfair and downright unconstitutional to charge an elephant so much extra because they were born as a larger animal. Meanwhile, the mouse gets a price cut just because they're small. That doesn't seem very fair at all in a utopian, Zootopian society, right? If the system functions in which this is $120 and this is 20 cents, okay, there's going to be a huge class disparity between larger and smaller sized animals, where the larger animals have to pay so much more for their goods and their services, so they're going to be incredibly low income, while the small animals pay so little they're going to be incredibly wealthy. It doesn't seem very fair. In an egalitarian society, this is a logistical nightmare. Just think about housing. How much money would an elephant have to pay for an elephant house compared to how much money a mouse would have to pay for a mouse house? I mean, a possible solution would be separate monetary systems based on the different sized animals. For example, elephant dollars for elephants and large-sized animals, dog dollars for medium-sized animals, and mice dollars for small-sized animals. And the amount of worth, according to each dollar, would be comparable to the amount that it would cost to make their goods, services, and commodities, right? But as we've established in the scene, that is not the case. The entire economic system, Zootopia, runs on a singular monetary system. So again, this is not what they're doing. So what are they doing? I mean, are they able to make up the difference within cost by saying that the elephant shirts cost so much, but the mice shirts cost so little that they make up the difference there, and so they can price them all the same? I mean, we don't know this. We've never gotten this close of a look into the production lines. Either way, that still doesn't explain the ethical issues of only selling certain sized goods to certain sized animals. What if, for example, I have an elephant friend, and I want to buy them an elephant-sized shirt, right? But I'm a little mouse boy. This is off limits to me because I'm a mouse, and therefore my dollars would not equal the same amount of worth that this shirt would get me. So would I not be able to buy my friend his elephant-sized shirt because I'm a mouse? At the same time, you have to worry about the abuse of the system, like as in the scene again, and they're able to buy the jumbo popsicle and turn it into a bunch of little tiny popsicles to sell for more money. Me as a mouse could buy that giant elephant shirt and turn it into a bunch of tiny mouse shirts and sell them for an incredible profit. Again, the system in favor of the tiny creatures. And that's not even getting into how to equally distribute land. I mean, if in this society a mouse and an elephant are considered equal citizens, do they not deserve an equal amount of land? The elephant requires a vast amount of land to survive. Meanwhile, the mouse only depends on very little, and these do not cost the same in upkeep or even just base price. The ethics of this society are much too complex And the logistics just don't make any sense. I mean, as it is, I don't see Zootopia surviving as a society for much longer based on these systems. I mean, they're bound for collapse. They're bound for class injustice and class warfare. The whole thing is going to go up in flames in a matter of months, I'd say. With the vague economics and ethics of it, I mean, I foresee bankruptcy. I foresee uprisings. I mean, they need to make incredible changes to their system if they want to maintain any semblance of some sort of equal and evenly distributed society. Because as it stands, I mean, in the way things are going, I see the tiny animals ruling over the large animals as rich, overbearing landlords, akin to something of the feudal system, perhaps even slavery, if it gets down to it. Indentured servitude at best. And then perhaps even, if it goes further, a proletariat uprising of the large animals. And then
blood in the streets.
There's dark days ahead for Zootopia. Disney, you've got your work cut out for you. Good thing our human society doesn't have any issues close to this society, right? I mean, could you imagine? Oh.